And welcome back to the second part of this tutorial. So let's take care of all of these buttons and the search function. So I'm going to end that. Okay, let's start with this very search first. Select this text box, come right down here to the properties, and we need to select the event, and in there I want to use key press. Double click on the key press, and right here the first thing I want to do is maybe I should use try catch. There, right there, let's use if ASCII. That will be e dot key share equals 13, and that very 13 stands for carried return. So let's say equals 13 then, so which means if we press enter, ASCII equals carried return. Okay, now what we then want to do is maybe I should, okay, let's just say dim dv. The dv which stands for my data view, dim dv as data view, and this very data view, let's say dv equals whatever I have inside SQL table, dt dot would be the default. Okay, now dv dot, let it filter the rows. Filter string dot format. And what am I formatting? I am formatting the content I have inside my column first name, and so format anything that looks like name, like an apostrophe, percent, curly braces 0, and we need percent again, apostrophe, and a speech mark. Close that, comma, whatever I have inside my txt search dot text. Now underneath here I'm now going to get my DataGridView to display whatever I have. DataGridView. DataGridView 1 dot data source, and the data source is going to be from dv dot to table. There we go. There, that should take care of my search. Now here, let's just enter the computer system default error handler there. So that's going to be message box.show ex.message. There we go. Right, that takes care of the error handler. Okay, let's try it out now. So remember 13 is carried return, which means you have to press enter. So let's run it and see. There we go. So enter whatever I want to look for in there. Supposing I want to look for any name that starts with P, and press enter. There, that's fine. Now let's try this out. Okay, so all I just need to do is I'm going to copy all of this, come right here, double click on that. There is no carried return for that, only if I use a property for carried return. So I'm going to get rid of this and get rid of this as well. So that should take care of that. So if I run it now, and now let's search for, okay, let's search for this very name here, George Floyd. There we go. Click on this. There we go. That's George Floyd there. Rest in peace, George. There. So I'm going to try this out now. This works, and we need to be able to fill a view system using this again as well. So let's see, we can just fill up the whole system now. Anyway, let's come right there and double click on that, double click. So to repopulate the system, the first thing is I'd like you to hide the form, so I'm going to say me.hide. There we go. Now what else do I need to do? Let's create an object, and that very object I will just call it the main form as new form 1. There, and new form 1 I'd like you to show main.show. That is it. And let me call my function upload data right here. There, that's it. So if I run it and search for anybody, I should be able to repopulate the DataGridView. Okay, run it. Let's grab a name there. Let's go for any name with a J. Run. There we go. Repopulate. That's it. So that's fine. Now let's take care of exit now. Come right down here, and for exit just double click on that. Double click on the exit button. Oh, you see that one is still on. Let's take care of that now before I forget. So I'm going to select the form. Select the form. Let's go straight to the properties. Select events. Right on the event, I'm going to select form closing. The form closing, I'm just going to enter application.exit, so that will end it for me. There, that takes care of that. Now let's come back in here, double click on exit. With the exit, first of all, I'm going to say dim I exit as dialog result. And for this dialog result, so let's say I exit equals message box dot show. And in here I'm just going to say confirm if you want to exit, comma, and I'm just going to call the name connect data, and another argument to be message box button dot yes or no. Then the last argument is going to be message box icon dot, I'll just call that information. That's cool. You can call it question. I think question mark is more appropriate. So I'm just going to say if I exit equals dialog results dot yes, then application dot exit. Let's copy that and paste it here. There we go. That's my exit taken care of. I prefer my exit this way so that it prompts my end user to confirm if they want to exit or not. So that's fine. Now let's come in here, take care of this very one. This is going to take a while. That's why I left it to the last. Okay, now select the combo box. For the combo box, I want the following right here. Let's come in here, and I need the combo box items open. Now the first item, I want you to be able to tell me how many data I have on board, and I want minimum wages, I want the maximum wages, then I think I'm going to call that search by wages. So I'll change this one to search by earnings. Alright, that's fine. Click on that. All of those should be able to appear in here. Okay, so let's just run it and see anyway. Alright, let's run. There we go. So we can search by that, by this, and earnings. So okay, here are the earnings. Now this works, exit works, let's exit for real, exit here, and double click on this option button there. Right inside this option button, let me start by counting whatever we have in there, but let's see what's the name of this first. No name. That's bad. Okay, let's just give it a name. I'm going to call it CMB combo box, and I will just call that options. Alright, copy that, double click on this option button again. Okay, I'm going to start by declaring a variable here. So let's just say dim my count as integer. There. And I need to make reference to my connection, so I might as well just copy all of that up here. Right, just copy all of these up to here. Copy and come right down here. Paste it here. So I will use an if statement. So let's just say if CMB options dot text equals, let's say that is count, then the following. Okay, those are the connection command I copied earlier. Now I want to count whatever I have inside my database, so we have to change this SQL statement to function count, and that is going to be all from my database that is called EMP. Okay, so now let's say SQL command dot connect, okay, equals SQL count. And now my variable here, my count, that will be equals SQL command dot execute, and I want you to execute scalar. Okay, so maybe we should use a message box to display whatever we have. So I'm just gonna say message box. Let me copy this and just paste it in there. Message box, and that is going to be my count here, comma, total number of employees is whatever. There we go. I'm now going to have to close my connector here. Let's close this. Dot close. There. Okay, let's run that and just try it out. There we go. So I'm going to come in here, let's select count and click on that. There we go, look at that. So in total we have 23 records. Okay, 23 records displayed. Now let's take care of this other, the minimum. So I'm going to copy all of these and let's use else if that is minimum wages, and I now want this here. Okay, the SQL command will be minimum, and the role I want you to check is called salary. There. I might as well repeat the same thing for maximum. Copy that, come right down here, paste for maximum, change this to maximum, and the command is maximum. There we go. Move this so that you guys can see the codes properly. There. minimum, maximum taken care of. So let's run it and see. There we go. Now click count. There, 23 records. The lowest wages there is 1,232. Now let's see who earns more. Click 7,383. That's good. But the next thing is I would like to know who is earning their wages. Okay, so I'm going to come in here, exit out. Yeah. Okay, now before I do that, I'm going to use else if selection is empty. Get rid of this. If it's empty, I just want a message box asking you to add something. Come right down here. There. And the message can just be select an option. Okay. Select an option. There. That's the message box. Right. Okay, that takes care of that. We can just copy some of these message box details in there. Copy all of that. Come right down here, select an option. Place that there. I'm just going to change this one to OK. Yeah. We'll have a comma here. Alright, that should take care of that. We have, yep, that's gone. Alright, the next one now. So for the last one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here. Let's go back here. You see this search button there. I'm going to double click on that. And I'm going to copy everything I have in here. Let's go back to my option button here. Double click on the option button. Scroll right down. And right in here, let's enter that. All of those lines of codes. Okay. Now, the criteria, the search criteria would now be different. So this is going to be salary. That's the first change that I'm going to make. Okay. Now, the second one is going to be, let's grab this statement here, this one. Okay, that was just going to be select an option. Okay, let's just select these and we change things around. So in there, I'm going to enter an if statement here. If the selection made is, let's press enter and get this. I don't want to see the error. Search by earnings. If the selection made is search by earnings and txt search if it happens to be empty.text equals nothing, I want a message box to display. I'm going to copy this message, paste that in here, and I'll just enter details to be searched for. Enter details, right? Enter details to be searched for. Okay, there we go. That takes care of that. Then I also want it to get focus, so let's grab this, paste it right in here and just say dot focus. There. Else this message box will pop up. I think that's all. There we go. So we can select whatever wages and find out who is the candidate or the employee who is receiving that wages now. So let's run our program. So, but before I do that, just have a good look at the lines of code again. Let's take it from here, the option buttons. Come right down and there. Okay, and that's all there is to that. I'm going to now run it, and you guys see what I'm talking about. Run the program. There we go. Select. There. Now I'm going to select this without entering any amount in there. No message. Okay, so we need to find out why there's no message. Supposing I enter an amount anyway, and click on that, nothing as well. So let's go back in there and see what's going on. Exit. Okay, guess what? I have not entered my criteria up here. So this was supposed to be my criteria. If that selection is made, so put that in here. That should have been else if. There. And else if the text box equals this, then all of this should happen. Yeah, that's the bit that I left out, I believe. So I'm going to run it now again. There we go. Alright, select my search criteria and what wages do I want to look for. So I'm going to go for maybe 5635. Let's see. There we go. It's Aina Jonathan that is earning that money. Let's come back in here and let's search for another person. So 453 and search by earnings. And there we go. 2 people actually is earning that, Esther Joshua and Helen Wyman. That's good. Back to that, and that's it, guys. And that is how you create your own data. That's how you create your connection using MySqL, using DataGridView in Visual Basic. So with that, guys, I'm gonna call it the end of this program. I suppose you guys enjoyed. You all have a nice day now. Please do subscribe to my channel, and you can also join to become a member of the channel. You all have a nice day, and bye for now.